a man with a rock on a head, or perhaps rocks in head. Oh. You better arrest me now for having a false Chinese accent. Sitting here on the square, I have met, going up towards about half a dozen local people I know, particularly two ladies. One's a Roman Catholic and the other's a Protestant side. Just sitting here. I like this spot. It's away from the traffic noise and people are walking past. You can kind of people watch. Too early for a Guinness. There's a whole new, very upmarket, it's called Albans Well, sort of pub restaurant sort of affair, but very upmarket. There are lots of wealthy people around here. There's poor pockets as well, but one of the reasons I don't want to be here. It's too blooming nice. God called me to Alnwick, Northumbria. I'm working on it. The solicitor's on annual leave today, so day off. It's too early for Guinness. It's only about 11:30. It's not Guinness at 11:30. Still sort of coffee time. Had my 2 hours in the office. Costa coffee, one coffee, £2.70. Office. Lou. Jolly handy, really. Shuffle my papers. And keep taking the tablets. I'm on day 5, I think, of the whatever it is, dioxycycline, is it, for my cellulitis. It hasn't really kicked in yet, but I'm still hopeful. I'm really just on day 4. I've had 4 full days, so I've sort of got 3 more days, really. It hasn't knocked the cellulitis on the head yet. Anyway, there we are. Well, I haven't changed. I'm the same old as I've ever been, same old. Absolute pain in the what's-it, obviously. No way do I go somewhere new and start creating a priori per se. How good your Latin is, I don't know. Before the event, or at the start, a priori, and per se just means per se. Trouble. They're into the sodding drugs. I won't have it. They're calling me a paedophile. They're telling everyone I thwacked a child. It's inconceivable. Not in a... It just never happened. I never saw the child on that day. I've just spoken, actually, now to the estate agent, the head of Hotspur, which is the estate agent, and he's being very empathetic. For insurance purposes, you can't just leave a property vacant, so they're going to check it weekly, and I've told him about the burning. He said, oh, he's not bothered about that, as long as I fix it. I'll just nick probably 100 quid or something. Or I was going to put a beautiful great big mirror over the thing. Somehow couldn't get round to it. I think something to do with spending most of my time in police custody. The funny thing is, actually, in an extraordinary way, because you're just alone there, you've got all the time in the world just with what you stand up in. Well, they take most of that as well, actually. At one point I had to release my shorts because, of course, they've got a tie around it, and you get minus points if someone commits suicide on your watch. So I had to wear blooming their kit. I got really well fed. No, but the main thing, the curious thing is, you're in those circumstances, and I just kept asking for a Bible. And at the Newcastle main police place, it was the same Bible. By the time I'd finished it, I'd marked it up. Became my Bible. I have my Bible, please. Boof. Bang. They actually were up. I mean, most of them were very pleasant. The custody types, either police or particularly one man. He had been 22 years service, but 10 years in the armed division of police, and you got a bad back for schlepping around with all of the body armor and so on, and he was losing his faith. So this was late one night. I had a long conversation with him. I'm the Christian, and I'm just saying to him, so don't become bitter and twisted. All right? Humanity's appallingness is appalling, but there is beauty too. If it rains, I'm going to sleep for an early pint. It's doing a bit of both. It drizzled briefly. How about this one? Look. Okay. They dress so beautifully, Indian people, in their saris. And that's just her normal dress. So colourful. Got a peaceful walk. I love people. It's now a Travelodge. It used to be... Hello, sorry. Just talking. It used to be a BHS store, which of course went bust. British Home Stores. It's now very smart, actually, up there. And the interesting thing is, architecturally, it's absolutely designed to fit in with St Albans. The height, the grey slate roof, the brickwork, everything actually melds in with the other buildings along the high street. Well, it's actually St Peter's Street. The high street, in fact, is down the bottom. This is St Peter's Street, but to me it's the high street. I don't know why it's that way around, but there it is. In many ways, I like old St Albans, actually. It's just too nice. That's the trouble. You know, I felt I was just sitting here plonk doing nothing. Making my films. Brilliant. So I tried something new, and look what's happened. Now, my absolute take on this is that God means what's happening to me now is absolutely part of his plan somehow. I can't see it fully as yet. But this was meant to be. The Polish people, the drugs, the Scottish woman, the motor car, not dying, being drowned, the whole sort of sequence of events, me being arrested. They don't want the light of Christ shining. That's the problem. It's so clear and obvious to me in their darkness. It's exactly in these words. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing that was made has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not understood it. Amen. It's the opening of the Gospel of John. Amen. I like that rock. Amen.